Alright, so we ain't got to worry about Tyler Shuck not being in training camp because today, finally, him and the team finally came to come to terms on a deal that will allow him to come into training camp and compete to be the Saints starting QB. According to ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter, the deal is for it's a fully guaranteed contract for Shuck, second round pick, over $10.79 million. But there's also some incentives added to the deal as well. They didn't put out a whole lot of details on that information. But I didn't think this was going to be an issue from the beginning. I always felt as though he was going to come into camp and to come agree to terms on the deal. We were going to figure out how to get it done. Because at Shuck's age, 25, going to be 26, going into the season, you never know how things are going to turn out past 2025. See if the Saints have a really bad year, win 3 or 4 games, chances are high they're going to be back into the quarterback market, and with the loaded QB class that's coming down the pipe in 2026, these days can be numbered as a potential starting QB option for the Saints. So, shouts out to him and his agent for getting this deal done. Fully guaranteed deal for $10 million. Now, just to recap, how this even became an issue from the start is that the Texans and the Cleveland Browns give their players, their second-round picks, fully guaranteed contracts. So that set a precedent right there on the going rate for second-round picks. So the agents wanted those same type of deals, fully guaranteed contracts for their clients. And Tyler Shuck playing at a very important position, it would make sense to for your agent to politic to get that type of deal, that type of money. But he got it done. Now the Saints can go into training camp and let this QB battle play out between Shough and Spencer Rattler, along with the wild card. I think it's a long shot, Jake Hayden, and another quarterback on the Deckers. Even though I think it'll be smart for the Saints to stash the Deckers away on the practice squad. That's what I would do. I think that's what's going to happen. But training camp starts, rookies report first, and let the best QB win. This deal, even though he signed a fully guaranteed deal worth of $10 million, this doesn't mean that Tyler Shuck is going to be the starter. That doesn't mean that that's a guarantee either. That's not a whole lot of money if you really look at the situation. If Spencer Rattler is the better quarterback in camp, I think he'll get the job. He'll get the nod. But that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world of Spencer Rattler, because God forbid Rattler, miss time with injury, or the Saints just are bad with Rattler on the center. Just remember that they didn't win a game with him last season. If he's that bad, they will go back to Tyler Shuck and insert him into the starting role and see what he has. And from that point forward, they will evaluate him on what he can do as a quarterback, even if these games resulted in a loss. Because next season, the next draft class, like I said, is going to have a loaded QB room. Maybe Arch Manning does come out. Arch Manning, Lenora Sellers, Gary Nussmeier, local prospect. So many other big names are out there that become available. Cade Klubnik out of Clemson. A lot of draft experts have touted him as the top pick in the upcoming next year's draft. So this is Tyler Shough has to do well. He has to perform well, even if that does not include getting victories. You know, so I'm glad this is over with. Saints can go into training camp and just let things play out. You know, see how Shuck is under center. See how Rattler is under center. Finally get these guys in pads against an actual, you know, defense. Not what we saw in OTAs where just short shirts and a helmet. We get to see the real deal. But Tyler Shough in training camp, signed today, fully guaranteed deal. So let's see how it all play out. But stay posted. I'll be back later in the day with some more content. Continuing our way too early preview series. We just wrapped up Cardinals, 49ers first 2 games of the season. Now we're on to the Seattle Seahawks and go from there. I'll be back later in the day with a video breaking down that matchup, early breakdown, early analysis, and that Seattle